Welcome to the Beauty Business Resource Podcast. I am your host, Morgan D, and here we yearn to learn and earn, because other than for the love, why else are we in the cosmetology industry? We are here to be your resource for all things centering around the industry in respect to launching, working in, and scaling your beauty business. On our show, we believe that education is number one, yet we make sure to laugh and have a good time with it. So if you haven't already, hit the subscribe, download, and send this to 2 friends, especially if they're in the industry. You know we all need a little bit of help. So let's get into that episode. Hi. I love it. Hey, y'all, it's your girl, Morgan D.
And it's Maya.
And welcome to the Beauty Business Resource Podcast, where we yearn to learn and earn, because we got to get some money. So yes, we are here. How y'all doing? Welcome. So if you guys don't know who we are, like I said, I'm Morgan D, that's Maya, and we are your podcast for the urban beauty professional. And we hope that you identify with us. So today's episode is going to be a wonderful one. Let the church say amen. 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 Yes. Amen. 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 So what we're going to talk about today is prosperity preaching. Okay. That's what we're talking about. And you guys are probably like, what the hell is she talking about? Oh, we will talk.
What kind of episode is this, Morgan?
What are we talking about? Let the church say amen. But before we get into that, we are going to highlight our beauty business of the week. And who is that, Maya?
Yes. So this week we're going to be talking about the Parisian Self Lounge.
Self-care.
Self-care
The
lounge.
Parisian Self-Care Lounge.
All right. And it's located in 11 Dunwoody Park, South Suite, 100 Atlanta, Georgia. And this is a location where people can rent out suites and perform their beauty services, regardless if it's estheticians, people who do hair, people who may just specialize in waxing, whatever it may be. So definitely don't be afraid to reach out to them on Instagram. Again, it's at the Parisian Self-Care Lounge. And you guys don't be afraid to reach out and message them for more information.
Yes. And shout out to the Parisian Self-Care Lounge. Shout out to their owner, Aviel. We wish you lots of luck. And if you guys are in the Atlanta area and you want a luxury self-care suite, private suite, plenty of amenities, Wi-Fi, clean, because that's super important, definitely check her out. I know that she has a few rooms left, or maybe she doesn't, because by the time y'all hear this, they might all be gone. But definitely follow them on Instagram at Parisian Self-Care Lounge. And we're glad to see her doing well and see all of us doing well. So, yeah, Maya, so what we talk about again?
Today we're talking about prosperity preaching. Beware of it.
Yeah.
I know it's really easy to get caught up in things that we see on social media, or a lot of people starting out, and they're just like, okay, this is going to be easy. It's not. It's not going to be easy, okay? But, don't let that make you shy away from it. What in life is easy?
Nothing.
What good thing in life is easy?
Nothing.
Exactly. So I guess we'll just jump right in then.
Yeah, and I feel like when it comes down to it, it's like Instagram is like this mammoth, right? Like it's just evolved into like this thing. And let me just say this, Black girl magic is real. And I think sometimes what ends up happening is we get sprinkled with our own dust. And we get caught up in the light and the glitter, and it's amazing, because for so many of us, it's like, with COVID and with, the money circulating, you got to understand, like in the country, we're in a time of inflation right now. So for those who don't understand basic economics, what inflation does is it circulates a lot of money in our economy. So regardless of what's going on politically or who you go for, there's a lot of money floating around right now, especially after COVID, right? So all this money is floating around. Guess whose hands it's floating in? It's floating in ours. You see what I'm saying? So we're seeing that in real life. Now, before, when there was inflation, there was no Instagram. There was no Twitter. There was no Facebook. There was no stunt on me on my timeline every single damn day. It wasn't really there.
It really changed the game for all of us, honestly.
Yeah, it totally did. It's like now, like not only it's like, oh, they balling, but it's in your face now. If they want it to be in your face, it will be in your face, which is cool. I have no problem. I mean, y'all probably think I'm a hater, but I just want people to understand that like some of it is not realistic. And it's just a lot of like prosperity preaching going on. And I know it's an uncomfortable topic because it's like some of the things that I'm going to say this episode, it may sound like hating and it's not hate. And I just want everybody to understand that you're beautiful the way you are. Everything. If you woke up this morning and you had a bed to lay in and a car to drive, you have everything that you need in this moment. And every moment after that, you have everything that you need. I do not want y'all to get caught up in, you know, these women and these men that you're seeing on the internet because you're not seeing the whole story. You're not seeing the whole story. So, yeah, you guys, I just don't want y'all to get caught up in that. Maya, talk to him about Instagram.
Instagram. I mean, what? You know, it's funny, and I may have mentioned this before, but I actually took a little break on personal Instagram, and I came back, and the reason being is Beauty Business Resource. Beauty Business Resource is the reason why I'm back on Instagram, you guys. And I'm not going to lie, it's been a little overwhelming just because of the fact that I came back, you know, I'm ready to, you know, do some business. I'm ready to advertise. I'm ready to tell you guys what we have to offer and all these amazing things and all the free game that you're going to get on these episodes. And here I am. And I just remember the most recent post I posted. I was like shitting bricks. I was like, oh my God, this is so, like, it's so different. But it's like I haven't been on here for a while.
Right.
And it's just like you can't help but sit there like, oh my God, like, did I post the right thing? Or, oh God, is there like making sure there ain't no typos in my captions or
That's
nothing?
right.
So yeah, it could get a little stressful. And I actually know people personally that stress out, like, just like, for regular stuff. Like, I mean, like a selfie. Like,
right.
You know, you post a selfie and you're like, oh my God. Like, I stared at it for like 20 minutes and now I'm like, I look cross-eyed.
Yep.
And it's just like, I could really understand now. I wasn't sweating it before because on my business page, Water Fresh Faces, you follow me on Instagram. But on my business page, it was straight business. I wasn't really sweating nothing. I was like, you know, this is what I do. Like, I was probably more confident there than I am personally, you know? And I could really understand now that I'm back and I'm doing it more consistently. I could really see how this could really bring upon like mental health issues for some people, you know? And I just really, it's crazy to just sit there and like, you know, you'll see some people that you know in real life and stuff and they'll be posting stuff and you're like, you know, and it's like you know them, but then you're also like, you know, that I could see how a lot of people may misinterpret that, or I could see how a lot of people may get something else from that. It's like you only know when you know. So Instagram, you guys just please take everything with a grain of salt. It's not what it may seem, and if it is, that's probably rare. And just do what makes you happy. Do what you feel can feed others with.
Right.
And that's why I'm back. I only came back to inspire. So I'm enduring a lot for y'all.
Yeah, yes. Yeah. And it's like I even wanted to step away from it, right? Because it's like I know who I am as a person. And it's one of those things where I just saw it, like it just became a marketplace. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Like, and I said this to somebody else. Does anybody notice that when Instagram and Twitter and Snapchat, when these things first dropped, do you know what they called it? Do you remember what we used to call? Before we called it social media, what did we call it?
What you guys say?
Right? It was called a social network.
Oh, okay.
It was called a social network. So what made it change?
Social networking.
It was social networking, right? Yeah. How much money can you make from networking? Think about that. Like when you think about it, right? What do we call it now? We call it social media. Yeah. Because it's something that we sold. Mm-hmm. It's media. Media can be sold, right? So, right. And this is something that I drew on my own. Like, I was at home one day, and I was like, what's that little TikTok where he's like, oh, Lord.
I was standing there staring in his face.
I was like, oh, Lord. But it's
when
true.
When you just realize something.
It's true. Like, you realize, like, oh, they got us. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it went from social networking to social media. Now, you as a beauty professional, you get to choose, like Maya said, like she came back to inspire. You get to choose as to what you want to do with it. Do you want it to be a social network? Because that's what I want it to be. Like, yeah, we're on a podcast right now. I'm live on Instagram right now, but I am in this for the networking. I am in this just like you to inspire. If I sell y'all something, great. You know what I'm saying? But all I'm doing is getting just enough money to afford to be able to keep buying like podcast equipment.
I was about to say, we ain't getting paid for no podcast.
We ain't getting paid for podcasts. You know,
because we love you.
We love you, and we wanted to see a podcast and some media that cater to you and your needs. So, you know, moral of the story on that one, you guys, like Instagram, it's not what it seems. You do not, these women and these men, first of all, it's filters on the pictures. It's angles. We know that. I mean, down to like the before and after pictures of their work. Because we won't talk about like the Kim K type stuff. We're going to talk about work, right? Yeah. Fellas, the haircuts, right?
We know the blur feature.
We know about the blur, dark shade, fade feature on the pictures. We know that it's you. You know who you are, selling these fake haircuts to these men. Yeah, and listen, if it looks good on pictures, like I understand that, but it's all about setting the expectation for the client. And I don't know, man, I think authenticity is on its way back. Like being real is going to be cool again. Like I'm imagining a world where we're going to walk into like restaurants and bars and phones won't even be allowed. Like it'll be an experience.
Man, I hope so. Because I'm getting real sick of it.
I'm getting tired. Every time you go somewhere, somebody got their phone up like this. My homegirl lives out in Los Angeles, and she said that there is an area of town where all the influencers live. And there's influencer houses. It's a business. What we say, social media, right? But she's like, girl, you can't get through a Starbucks. You can't drive down the street. There's a selfie stick. They all day long. Yeah.
To get off topic just a little bit, I was on Instagram the other day and I seen a proposal. And when I tell you, someone was recording the proposal, but I guess maybe she was shocked or maybe she had her phone in her hand. And she was literally recording this man from the moment he got down and gave her this ring, like from the moment he put it on her finger. Yeah. And then like 5 minutes after that, the phone is still up in this poor man's face. I'm like, sis, enjoy your moment. Like,
oh, it was her moment.
She was getting proposed to. Yeah.
Girl.
You know, he was in front of her proposing and she had her phone in her hand recording it. And I think she was recording already, like they had ordered their food out at a restaurant or something. But it's like once I realized, like, this is what's happening, girl, you better drop that phone. Like, Again, someone was recording for them.
Right.
So it's just like, come on. It's just like you will never be able to say you got to enjoy that moment in its fullest.
Right.
Because you were too busy and caught up trying to get the story for everyone else.
Right.
And sometimes I, quite frankly, I just feel like sometimes it's really just not that important for everyone else. It's your moment.
It is your moment. And remember
don't get
that.
Caught up. Yeah. Live your life. Please. Don't let, because we're not going to be able to enjoy everything the way we should be.
No. And it's like most of the people that I've met in the industry, which it isn't a ton of people, but most of the most successful hairstylists, people who own salons, barbers. I know a few successful estheticians, one in Atlanta. Shout out to Miss Joelle Lee in North Carolina. She was Michelle Obama's esthetician during the Obama administration. Those people don't live on the internet. They don't live on the flash and the dash. And that's what and I know you guys know this, but me and Maya are going to be emphatic about it. Everything on Instagram is not what it seems. Sometimes those haircuts don't look like that. Sometimes those clients are not their clients. I got insight to somebody up there in Georgia that basically, she had a celebrity client. She is also an esthetician, and there was an influencer that was coming to her for services, right? But she was claiming that the products that she was using, that she was getting paid to use, right, were clearing up her skin, right? When in all actuality, she's not standing inside her integrity, right? Because it's a business, it's social media, right? And she's telling people that this product is clearing up their skin, when in all actuality, you're going to an esthetician for these peels and for this, and you know what I'm saying, and for these things. And it's like, you're not being honest. You're not standing in your integrity about what you're doing. But the problem is, integrity has gone out the window.
When it doesn't matter anymore.
No, it doesn't matter anymore. There is no integrity when it comes down to $1. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I've seen so many, and this is even like for my people who are listening to this, who are consumers, right? I've seen, and we see it all the time. Girls will come in, guys will come in. I'm using this face wash. I'm using this oil. I'm using this and this, that, and the other thing. And these products ain't doing shit. They're not helping you.
You guys, especially if you shop for your products in like a Target setting, Walmart setting, wherever you go, you have to realize, they have very low concentrations of the ingredients that they're telling you that's in there. So you look at the bottom, you see salicylic, but you fail to realize, like, they give you the smallest amount.
Like a 0.5.
Yeah, literally, of salicylic acid. And it's just like, it's good. It's great that you're using that, but just keep that in mind. Like, it's not, it ain't all that.
It's a lot of it is just not real. Mm-hmm. But it's like, even as a consumer, you would look at that particular girl. You know what I'm saying? And then here's the thing. You're not even giving the esthetician any credit. Yes. You're not saying, hey, I go to Whoop-de-Woo, and then I also use such and such on my face, and that's how I got my face like this. And it's not real. And so even down to like those of you who are listening to this, let's just say that you want to come up with the product line. Do not get caught up in the Instagram hype of thinking that you got to go pay this chick over here $15,000, $20,000. Oh, I'm going to pay her to post my stuff, this, that, and the other thing or whatever. She's going to get her money, but are you going to get yours? How many sales are you going to get off of this? And influencer marketing, it does work. We know that it works. You know what I'm saying? But going back to standing in our integrity and doing what's right, let's just say you sell some face oil. So you got 20,000 of those off for $20. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you came up, but once people figure out that this is snake oil that they bought, they're not going to repurchase it. You're not a trusted brand. I can't tell you how many times I've had people come in and something has broken them out. And it may not even been that like the product was rancid or anything like that. That might not be for your skin type. That
doesn't make it bad.
It doesn't make it bad.
It's not good for you.
It's not good for you. And you don't put on this influencer scrub. You've used this girl's face oil. Mariah Carey told you to use a face wash. Like it's all this stuff. And it's like, it's not working for you. And then guess where you end up? You end up back in the chair of an esthetician and a professional. And we've got to use products to turn around and fix it. And the moral of the story is, it wasn't supposed to turn into an esthetician episode, but the moral of the story is, stop believing everything that you see on Instagram. I know some of you already know this, but do not get caught up in the lights of it. Do your own research, do your own fact checking, do your own product research and knowledge. If somebody is sending you a product, if somebody is trying to sell you something on the internet and they can't tell you the ingredients of what's in there, you get a bottle with some rosebuds at the bottom or some glitter, or it smells like sweet lavender and like all this other stuff. Yeah, baby, but what is this? What is this? This might ruffle some feathers, but you guys, it's about integrity. It's about, if you have a product line, it's about going through an actual lab. Okay. It's about actually getting these things tested. There are cosmetic chemists out here that will help you. There are so many professionals outside of just cosmetics where for your business, whether it's your marketing, your finances, your books. I posted something on Instagram about that yesterday. Deal with professionals. You are not going to buy an ebook from a woman sitting on top of her G-Wagon and it's going to save your life. It's not going to happen. If she's selling you Start Your Business Journal, and there's nothing in there about incorporating S corps, bank accounts, taxes, finding a good attorney, structuring your business. If it's wake up and do a stretch,
run away.
Run. Do not give them any money. Because guess what? If I got an ebook and I sold it for $1, but I rented this G-Wagon, I went out there to Palm Beach International Airport and I asked the pilot, can I give you $500 to take a picture on your plane? If I go out to brunch every weekend with my homegirls, this is what they're doing. I'm going out to brunch every weekend with my homegirls. I'm like taking pictures with poodles. I'm standing in, we live in South Florida, baby. This is the best place to get it done. You can go stand in front of Lambos that you don't own. It's all kind of stuff. And you get your influencership up, right? And shout out to the influencers. I love y'all. I'm not here to put you down. You know what I'm saying? But you're doing all of that, and then you get 100,000 followers or 10,000 followers. Guess what? If I get on Canva and put me a little ebook together, if I sold that to you for $1 and I got 100,000 followers and 5,000 of you buy that ebook, guess who came up? Guess who came up? And this is what I have to say to that.
Carisha, please.
Carisha, fucking please. Like, stop. Maya, tell him to stop. It's not real. It's not real. And if that's how you get your money, baby, by all means. My thing is, if you're a business and you're a beauty professional and this is what you really want to do, if you want to be an influencer, go do that. You know what I'm saying?
That way it's not going to last. It's not going to be long-term either.
No.
Eventually people are going to catch on.
Yeah.
You know, eventually the 5,000 people that bought the book, they're going to read it, and then they're going to be like, this is some BS.
Yeah.
Give me my $1 back.
Yeah. There's worksheets for children.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't fool them twice.
Yeah. And I sell workbooks too, but my workbooks come with like a consultation and a video call. And if you're local, we go to the office and we get on that. Maya knows because she's been in there with me. Listen, I sell one, but I sell one that has an accountability to where you actually have to get on the phone with me and we actually have to talk about your goals and we actually have to figure out, you know what I'm saying, what's most important to you and where we're going wrong. I'm not going to sell you an ebook and leave you out to dry for you to figure it out by yourself, because if you could figure it out by yourself, what you need me for?
Yeah, Morgan don't play it. She'll have you in there wondering what you're doing with your life.
With your life.
You'll be sitting in that chair like, oh my gosh.
I'm trying to tell you. So yeah, y'all, Instagram is not what it seems. Maya, do you want to talk about this? You want to say this next one?
Boss brunches won't save you, people. Okay, just because, and I see it a lot, and I love collabs.
I do too. I love networking.
Okay, exactly. Networking will get you so far. Even when I wasn't in the skincare industry, I actually went to school for fashion design. And when I tell you, my professors, the whole staff, and everyone involved, networking
is amazing.
Networking, and we were down in Miami.
Okay, so you already know.
Man, it was like you go down to South Beach to hosting an event. Like you don't have any reason to be there, but you're just walking around looking to meet people. That's literally it. Networking is extremely amazing, and it will get you so far. It has gotten me so far. That's how I met Morgan.
Yeah.
So it's just it's important, but you gotta think about who you're networking with.
Yes.
And that's super important. It looks cute. Y'all all sitting there sipping mimosas. Okay, boss babes, yes, we love it. We're at brunch.
Yay!
But then it's when you leave brunch, what's next? Are there any of them doing anything for you, or have you gained anything from that brunch, or are you just tipsy now? So it's extremely important. We love boss babes. We love having fun while we're working. Right. But at the same time, too, we just got to make sure we're getting work done. Yeah. And it's not just for show. Again, that brings us back to social media. That stuff, a lot of it is for show. And don't get me wrong, sometimes you do want to post some of the fun stuff for absolutely. Your viewers to see. But if it's not benefiting you, then there's no point in it. Yeah. And y'all are spending, and then, I made a video about this, too. It's are you here to sell? Or are you here to be sold? And see, we live, going back to what I said about inflation and the economy and this, that, and the other thing. There are people out there there are women and men out there that know that you don't have it figured out. They know that you are not willing to put in the work to get where you want to be. They know that you think that you can drop 12,000, or not 12,000, but they know that you can drop
$1,200 on a brunch, or you'll spend 3 bands to go to Puerto Rico with them. You know what I'm saying? And sit in a ballroom at the Marriott. They know that you got this money, and they know that in your mind, because they've already set up the play on you. You've already been following them on Instagram. You know what their house looks like. You know the car they drive. You see that their kids are draped in Gucci and Burberry and Balenciaga. You know, it's my favorite, Balenciaga. They're draped in that stuff. You have subscribed to this life in your head. And I'm going to single out the women on this one. We love fairy tales. We love imagery. We love Cinderella. We love princes. We love, oh my God, that could be my life. We are fans. We are the ultimate fans. When you look at marketing from a corporate standpoint, when you look at the music industry, they go for women. Women are the demographic. If we can get women to buy it, they'll tell their husbands. If we can get women to buy it, they'll put it on their kids. These people are gaming, y'all, into brunch in Puerto Rico at the Marriott. But need I remind you, you get home from Puerto Rico, you pull your Nissan Sentra into your driveway, you stumbling up the sidewalk in your linen suit, in your Gucci bag, you lay down in the bed, you know, oh, I had such a good time, girl, we gonna link, and you never hear from them again. Half the time, the girl that threw the brunch, right, or the guy, whoever it may be, they got their ticket sales, they sold their plates of food, they got their bust down on however much the rooms were. You bought the fuzzy slippers and the robe and the socks and the I don't think we need DVDs anymore.
They've already benefited from you.
They bought it.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that everybody who does this won't connect with you, this, that, and the other thing. But I also have to ask myself, as a beauty professional, right? Have you ever put an event together? Like a big event, you know what I'm saying? And this isn't necessarily for you, Maya, but just people, right? Baby showers, weddings, this, that, and the other thing. You have to ask yourself, this girl or guy had the time and the money to set up this big grand event for you to come to learn something, right? Quote unquote, learn something, right? And they're supposed to be this type of hairdresser, this type of barber, this type of esthetician, this type of entrepreneur. I'm not saying they can't do it, but my eyebrow was up in the air. If you got time for this, how much time you got to spend in your business? So you made so much money that you can just stop doing hair, and you got money for brunch and waffles and mimosas. And y'all, if you're listening to this and you think that I'm a bunch of bullshit, let me just be a broke bitch. I'll just be broke. But the fact of the matter is, a lot of the time it doesn't make sense. We went to Premiere last year, right? And it's one of those things where it's like the business classes that we took, those people travel the country teaching. They make their money teaching. How many mimosas did we have at Premiere in Orlando? How many waffles did we have at Premiere? Seriously.
And you can tell, honestly, when people are established enough to when they are able to do stuff like that. But you're right, they usually don't go in that direction.
What does it freaking benefit?
They don't go in that direction. Like you said, they become educators.
Yeah, they become educators. And like, shout out to Miss Nikki Lee, that helped us with our compensation mapping in our systems, right? I'll put her information in the credits. But she's still working in her salon. She's teaching. I just got off the phone with her. She told me she was going out to California for an event, but she's teaching. How can I learn anything if you getting me shit? By the time I get tipsy off the mimosas that you sold me, I forgot what I'm even here for. Now I'm at a circle table in a Hilton ballroom circulating my phone. Look at my kids, girl. Your kids are pissed at you. You left them to go have mimosas and talk about workbooks. Your kid, this is not for your kids. This was for you. This was for you to go jump in cute pictures with 613 wigs. Don't get me started.
All right. She's getting worked up
I'm
now.
getting upset. upset. And I knew this episode was going to make me upset, y'all. But
it's because it's real.
It's
we
real.
See it firsthand also.
It's real.
So
it's real. And I'm not saying don't do those things, but for every boss brunch you attend, go down to your community college and take a class on accounting. For every boss brunch that you attend, go to Barnes and Nobles, pick up a book that can actually help you in your business. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to do those things, the networking is necessary, but also make sure, playing devil's advocate, bam, we're at the boss brunch, right? You make sure that you get phone numbers, emails, Instagrams, and all of the girls or guys that are there that you feel will actually bring you some value. Connect with them when you leave. Hold them accountable. Sis, we said we going to 6 figures this year. We going to $1 million this year. I don't know you. You from Kansas. You just flew in.
Leave an impression on them.
Yes.
Make sure when you leave that day, make sure that you know for a fact that they're going to remember who you are. Because that will make all the difference.
Make a huge difference.
Yeah.
It'll make a huge difference. Just make sure that, y'all, one of the phrases from this episode, write it down, is just stay in your integrity. Just make sure that whoever and whatever you're aligning yourself with makes sense for you, because at the end of the day, you have to feed you. You have to pay your bills. You have to take care of your kids. You have to save money for yourself, and do not get caught up in the flashy lights and the glitter, because so many of us, you'll find yourself putting more money into other people that you technically could have put into yourself. If you got $1,200 for a brunch, you better have made $1,200 in your business. And I understand that, you got to spend money to make money, but go do the damn work. Just go do the work. Go back, listen to the other podcasts that we've recorded, get your clientele up, get your money up, get yourself an accountant, file some damn taxes, count some money before you spend all of it. You got to spend money, but you got to spend money on things that are actually going to benefit you. You can't spend money on socializing, because if that's the case, go buy you a section at your local nightclub, and then you can hang out and drink mimosas there.
It'll be a little cheaper too.
A little cheaper. You do not need to go stay at the Marriott in Puerto Rico or St. Martin or St. Croix, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to do that. You ain't got to do that.
Stay in your town.
Yeah, you can stay right where you at. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, the boss brunches won't save you. The next one we have, you guys, is piggybacking off this last one, is just make sure that you vet the men and the women that you trust to lead you to success. It's like dating almost. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to make sure that you're vetting people. If somebody tells you that they can do something for you, they may be able to do something for you, but you got to remember too, y'all, you always have to ask yourself, what's in it for them and what's in it for me? And this isn't that people don't want to help you. You know what I'm saying? It's just the fact of the matter of it's always a two-way street. It's never a one-way street. And
people always wonder also, say I have this girl in front of me, right? She's amazing. She's sweet. She's nice. She's focused. And I'm just like, okay, well, I could go do something with her. But then at the end of the day, it's like, okay, well, she's a great person and everything, but will I be benefiting from her? And oftentimes I'm like, okay, well, I know for a fact this person could benefit from me. I know, be confident in yourself, know what you have to offer. And when you're looking at it, you have to be like, okay, well, I might not benefit from this.
Right. Right.
So then I'm going to go to the next lady and I'm going to be like, and you know what, oftentimes, and this is what I personally do, but I go for someone who's a lot more, and it may sound crazy, but I go for people that are a lot more qualified and they're a lot more knowledgeable and wise. I go for those kind of people because, I know for a fact that they could teach me something, but then I also do know that there is something that I can teach them.
Right.
And oftentimes, I'll have people come back and say, hey, like, you taught me this. And I'm just like, yeah, that was the plan. I planned on teaching you something. You thought I was just going to take from your bowl and not put anything back in it.
Right.
So, we have to stop being selfish in a sense also, because it's just like, I need to learn. I need to gain. I need to get to the next level. But you can't step on people to get there.
Oh.
You gotta give them something
you have
as
to
well.
you have to give something to receive. Absolutely. Yeah. Just make sure that, whoever it is that you're going to for advice or business tips, vet them. What are your credentials? You're telling me how to, you're going to life coach me, but your life is a mess. You're going to tell me how I'm going to make 6 figures, but you ain't made 6 figures. I'm not even going to say you got to have 6 figures, because if you know anything about business, the money is up and down. Sometimes you're going to have it. Sometimes you're not, this, that, and the other thing. But do you know how to make it? And do you know how to teach it to me to go make it? Because there are some men and women out here that can go do it for themselves all day long, and they can't teach you to do it. You see what I'm saying? It's like teaching a kid like math or something like that. When black mamas get upset, Johnny had 5 apples, and it's like, I don't get it.
Stop yelling at me.
You repeating it to me is not. You have to actually show people.
It takes a person to teach. It takes a special person.
It takes a special person to teach.
Shout out to all the teachers out there.
Shout out to the teachers for not repeating 5 apples.
For not yelling at us.
Kiki has 6 wigs. She worked 8 hours that day. How much money did she? I don't know. She's not my friend. I don't know, Kiki. You know what I'm saying? So you guys just gotta make sure that you just vet the people that are teaching you. Look at their credentials. What have they done? Even if it's local people, right? I don't even know if I want to go here, but I'm gonna go here. Y'all, there was a lot of fraud.
That's it. The show is over. That's the end of beauty business.
No, Maya. It's real. We're for the urban beauty professional. We're gonna make it plain today. Church say amen. No, y'all, seriously. We're gonna keep it G. This is a podcast. This is not syndicated radio. There was a lot of fraud. We just gonna break it down. There was a lot of fraud in 2020. If y'all are listening to this, and it's not a race thing, it's not a sex thing, it's not a class thing. Just know that there was a lot of fraud. There was a lot of money that was released into the economy. And so a lot of the people that we're seeing do well, you got 2 types of them. You got the ones who, maybe they came into a little bit of extra and they did the right thing with it and they're learning. You got those type of people. And then you got the people who did a little bit of fraud and they bought some shiny things and they did some shiny things. And now because they have shiny things, they sit next to shiny people, right? And now they want to tell you that they can help you do bruh, sis, Kiki and Auntie Karen, you didn't do this. You did not work to make this. You were the beneficiary of a worldwide pandemic. You see what I'm saying? And so it's like, I'm looking at these people and I'm like, that's great. You're running it now. Where's the longevity? I want to see you in 5 years. I want to see you in 10 years. What are you going to do when the money run out? Because if you were such big business people before this happened, you wouldn't have pulled this stunt that you pulled. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, just keep that in mind too, that some people got a big stimulus. It's a lot of salons got stimulated. And if I really want to be shady, it's not even about me being shady. Y'all, seriously, there is a lot of money that was released into the economy. And you can go on the websites, on the government websites, and you can see who in your community benefited from some of that money. It's there. It's public information, and it doesn't matter. What matters to Maya and I right now is that you guys are focused on yourselves and that you guys believe in yourselves and that you don't get clouded up with what other people have going on in their yard and what other people have going on in their pockets. We're not pocket watching. The only pockets we're watching are our own. But just know, don't believe everything that you see. A networking event the base of this is a networking event alone is not going to catapult you to success. If you're going to those things, by all means, go to those things. It's just not going to completely save you. It's not going to completely catapult you. But I will tell you what can. You go to one of those networking events, you listen to Maya and I, you got that email, you got that phone number, you teamed up with one of the men or the women there, and y'all catapulted into success because y'all become a team. That's possible. But just being in the room.
No, it's not enough. It's not enough. Guys, we have to think about these things before we do them. Like when we do events like that sometimes, rarely. Though.
Yeah.
Rarely, but it's like when you do them, normally it's for the businesses that are just starting up because they're relatively easy to get into, right?
Right.
But have a goal. Okay, I'm going to go in there today and I'm going to do what?
Right. I'm going to get how many business cards? How many business cards am I going to pass out? How many phone numbers am I going to pass out?
What am I going to tell people? Who am I? What do I provide?
Who am I?
Who am I? Who are you?
Who are you?
You know? And when you're talking to people, because I've been to a couple of them, and it's like when you're talking to people, you know right off the bat, okay, I'm gonna have to reach out to her after this.
Right.
I'm not going to reach out to her after this. Like
she's a lunatic.
No, she's crazy. No, we don't want her. So it's like, okay, so we know what we want and what we don't want, but we have to make sure that we are something that we want other people to want, if that makes sense.
That's your my crazy brother Kanye said, if you're not useful, you're useless. And remember that. So another piece of homework for you guys today, for you guys to write down, whatever it is that you do, whether you're a lash tech, whether you're a barber, all jokes aside, lash tech, barber, salon professional, salon owner, salon suite owner, I want you to get on Google, get on your beloved Instagram today, and I want you to research people who are really doing the work in your field, whether you're a lash tech, hairstylist, barber. I want you to find the people who are actually doing the work, who have the multiple locations, who are teaching classes at professional events, okay? Not preaching in a parking lot, not, hey, I'm going to be at such and such Moneybag Yo. No. People who are actually teaching the business of what you do. And I want you to try to find at least 3 of those people and ask yourself, maybe not reach out immediately, but ask yourself, how can this professional person help me? Once you're able to answer that question, send them an email, give them a call, because a lot of these people, Maya, that educate, they want students. They want people to hit them up and say, hey, I need help. They want that.
That's what they're there for. They're educators.
They're educators, and sometimes they're not necessarily just educators. Sometimes they are really doing the work, and it feels good for somebody to acknowledge, hey, you're doing what I want to do. Can you help me? And like you said, they may say no, but they might say yes. Yeah. Hit them up. Hit them up, y'all. Vet the men and women that you trust to lead you to success. Do not be sold a bag of carpet and snake oil.
Okay. Next, we have do your research on your field and be realistic about how long it takes to see a profit. And this is in any industry. Okay, if you're going to school to become an esthetician or a cosmetologist or a barber or whatever it is that you want to go to school for, okay, just know you're not going to get straight out of school and be the best barber, be the best skincare specialist, cosmetologist, whatever it is out there.
Right.
You have to learn, you have to gain knowledge, and you have to know, okay, it may take some time. It will take years probably. Mm-hmm. But that, number one, if you look at statistics, you'll see that most people, they don't start picking up until a couple years after.
It's like 2
years, right? Mm-hmm. So it's just like, okay, so you already got, those are real numbers. So just know that, and don't get discouraged when things aren't going the way you feel that they should, okay? Because everyone has, everything comes to everyone in their own timing, and it's just not your timing yet. And you got to also remind yourself, are you doing what you need to do to get you there in that timely fashion? Mm-hmm. If you want to get there sooner, okay, great. What are you doing to get yourself there sooner?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, writing it out, taking, because we're service providers, take an average, right? take an average and ask yourself, okay, how many cuts am I doing a day? How many laces am I laying a day? How many lashes am I doing a day, right? And then you take that and you compare it to whatever that goal is. So let's just say the goal is a suite, or the goal is a building, or the goal is a new piece of machinery, or, you know, a new set of clippers, or whatever it is. You see what I'm saying? You have to understand how many of those services do I need to do, and add it up. It's the math has to math, right? You add that up to see if you can afford that. And a lot of the times you're doing that just to give yourself a little woohoo, like a reality check. I'm not there yet. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want you guys, you have to save some money. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But I don't want you going for broke trying to purchase, buy, rent, and acquire things that you're not ready for. That's why this Instagram is so damn evil, because it has people there that we're eating with our eyes. People, like, you guys can look this up. Just from scrolling alone, we get a dopamine release.
Oh, yeah.
Just from scrolling.
People got to realize also what may benefit me 5 years from now may not benefit me right now. In fact, it may put me in a hole.
It may put me in a hole. You trying to run before you walk.
Exactly. So it's just like, before you make a large purchase or something that you feel is an investment, truly ask yourself, okay, is this realistic? Is this going to make me money? Do I have clients that are going to want this or want this service? Or just make yourself, you ask yourself those questions, because if you can answer it right then and there and you're like, all right, you know what, this might be a little over the top, I may be getting ahead of myself, then okay, hold off on it. Okay, write it down, save it for later, and then try to touch on something else that you can improve on.
Right. Yeah. And like Maya's saying, just be realistic. You're gonna start off the first, year or two, you're gonna be at a loss, especially if you're going out on your own, if you're in a suite, if you're in a private space. Calculate it out. I want you guys to write out how long it's gonna take for you to be able to see a profit. And you might be at 5 heads a day, and maybe you need to be at 10 to get you where you need to be. So now we're having the marketing conversation. Now we're having the click funnel conversation. Now we're talking about, okay, I got 5, I need to get 10. That means I need 2 extra. You see what I'm saying? Like, you have to be able to do the math on things and just know that a magical bag of clients is not going to fall from the sky. A magical bag of money is not going to fall from the sky and hit you over the head, and then you're going to run off into the sunset. Like, it doesn't work like that. However, if you plan it out, if you write it out, if you budget it out, I promise you it will happen. Morgan wants it to happen. It will happen. And that brings us into our next one. This was Maya, y'all. Manifestation doesn't work unless you do. I'm going to let you talk about that, because
I hold this one near and dear because, back to social. Why is social media keep coming up in these topics?
Because today's episode is about prosperity preaching.
Okay. But yeah, you see your people online, and listen, manifestation. I don't know what you believe in. I manifest and I pray. If you do one or the other or
right.
both or whatever it is you do, just know, you're not gonna pray for something or manifest something. Okay, and then when you're done saying your prayers or manifesting, you go to sleep afterwards. In some cases people literally do. But what I'm saying is, what you do is you don't say, oh my God, like, I'm struggling right now, like, right. I need help. And then you wake up the next day
and do nothing.
You're in the house for 7 hours. You ain't take a shower. You ain't do your hair. Like, no, get up. What are you doing? You say you need clients. All right. We was out there walking. It was hot the other day, y'all.
I know. I bet.
We were walking. We were walking the streets of West Palm, y'all, handing out flyers. Just getting the Skin by Duval name out there and stuff like that. We do that every now and then. And so if things weren't how you want them to be, go out and do something about it. You can't manifest something and then, okay, I'm waiting for my manifestation. Right. What did you do for your manifestation? Did you go out? Did you advertise? Did you market? Did you reach out to someone? Did you take a course? Are you getting education? Mm-hmm. What are you doing? Because your manifestation ain't worth nothing if you're not doing anything to obtain it.
Right. And faith without work is dead.
Exactly.
I don't know what you guys believe in, but faith without work is completely dead. And the same thing, oh, you got to manifest it. Oh, 444, 111, 222. It's on its way. Turn off the YouTube. Okay. And you got to do the work. So you can still be into those things. You can still put your crystals in your pocket.
It's a sign, Morgan.
It's a sign.
And y'all, listen, I could be that person to an extent, but at least I put work behind my manifestations and my prayers.
That's right.
You can't tell me nothing.
You have to move, and whatever it is that you see for yourself, you have to move in that. Mm-hmm. You have to move in that. You have to operate in that as if it were already so. And that's the spiritual piece I'll leave y'all with today. You have to move in it as if it were already so. Well, I'll share this with you. When I first started Skin by Duval, I started to behave back then the way that I behave now. I started buying, you've never been to my other house, Maya, but my little small apartment I had. I started putting equipment in the corner of my living room. I was buying equipment with nowhere to go and nowhere to put it. And I remember a girlfriend of mine came over. She's like, girl, what you going to do with all this stuff in your living room? I said, it's coming. I don't know where it's coming from. I hadn't even met Miss Carlene yet. You see what I'm saying?
That's gonna be for my spot.
It's going to be, yeah, it's for my spot. You know what I'm saying? I started to get up in the morning and go pass out flyers as if I already owned my business. Wow. I had a schedule. When I leave McWax, I got 5 hours or 3 hours or whatever it is to do this before I go pick up my baby. I was already Skin by Duval Morgan in my mind before it even came to fruition. Wow. It was already there. So you have to move in it as if it is already so. You have to tell yourself, I am Kiki's Lashes. You know what I'm saying? I am Terrence's Barbershop. Somebody asks you what you do, I'm a barber, and I got a barbershop that's opening soon. Oh, for real? Take my phone number. I need a new barber. Bam. There's a client. You know what I'm saying? Like it's there, but you cannot manifest without doing the work. So you guys, that's what leads us to this part. We're not going to leave you without some actionable items. Mm-hmm. So pull your pen out and we'll run through this really quick because Maya and I have been running our mouth. Okay. Maya, what's the first one?
Believe in yourself and not the timeline of others. What is for you will find its way to you. Mm-hmm. In the right timing. Yep. Okay. And right now may not be the time. Tomorrow may not be the time, or the day after that.
Right.
But your timing could be coming very soon. It could be coming. Heck, it might be coming 2 years from now.
Yeah.
But if you don't have that faith and believe in yourself,
that's right.
If you knock it down before you even don't block your blessings, y'all.
You block your own blessing.
You gave up, and the blessing was about to knock on your door, but you gave up. Okay, and you can't blame no one else for that but yourself. You didn't believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Who are you going to point the finger at?
Yeah. Don't listen to those. If you have people in your life that are outside voices, see, and that's why it's like friendship and relationships, that's a whole nother conversation. Mm-hmm. But silence the noise in your life. If you got people in your life that are not aligning with, your goals and what you're trying to manifest and what you're trying to attract and this, that, and the other thing. I know it's easier to say, get rid of those people. And let's be honest, it's not that easy to get rid of friends that you've had forever. Family members, especially, because a lot of us are living with family in these times, this, that, and the other thing. So just to kind of give you a life hack for that, you just don't talk to them about it. You talk to them about other things. You talk to them about family stuff. You talk to them about their job. Like you talk to them about different things. Just don't talk to them about it because you don't want that noise in your ear. Because remember, we've got a goal in mind, okay? Do not let their noise, if and when you talk to them about it, do not let their noise distract you from believing in yourself. Sometimes you got to get in the mirror and you have to say certain stuff to yourself. There's an old gospel song, speak over yourself.
I don't care how you feel, you are capable.
That's right.
You are capable. You need to go out there and get whatever it is that you want because you deserve it.
Yeah, you absolutely deserve it. Okay. Here's the next one I really like, you guys. That piece that I said about, walking in it as if it were already so. Okay. We've put the Instagram down and the TikTok down. And now we're asking ourselves, well, what am I going to do for me today? right? And so what that leads me to is to have a plan for your day, your week, and your month. So after you guys listen to this episode, take out your notebook, your notes in your phone, and have a plan for your day. And when I say this, y'all, break that down. My day starts at what time? See, first of all, some of y'all some bed huggers. Get up in the morning. I don't care if you don't have a client. Get your you-know-what up. Your day needs to start as if you are in your business. Your day needs to start at 6 and 7 o'clock in the morning. You got kids, how you got kids? And the kids, no, seriously, the kids are up and on the bus and to the school and and you're laid out at home. You mean to tell me that your children are out hustling you?
That's it. In some cases for these people.
My son had a pencil in his hand before I did this morning. How does that sound?
He don't play. I don't care. That is a man. That is a little man.
Y'all, my baby. I'll have him on one day. But it's just, and sir will tell you, we win. We don't lose, we learn. Okay, that's my 6-year-old. And it's true. You do not let your children be up before you. Do not let your children be more motivated than you. Get up in the morning. Have a plan for your day. You could set aside an hour for social media. You could set aside an hour for budgeting, finances. So what? You don't have a lot of clients. Most of y'all have a bank account. If you don't have a bank account, you got some money in a shoebox somewhere. Go through, start keeping a ledger of what you're spending on. Because a lot of times too, we don't realize the reason why we don't have the money for the suite, we don't have the money for the products, is because we're spending it in Tulum. We're spending it at Nordstrom. You see what I'm saying? We're spending it at Starbucks. Start keeping a ledger. Run yourself during the day as if you're already a business. So you did your social media, you did your finances. What are some other things that they can do during the day?
Advertising, marketing, but that may be in social media. You're networking.
Yeah, you're networking. Reach out to those people, your family members, your friends. If you're already, let's just say like your social media, right? Because for a lot of people, that's just where it starts because we don't have like a lot of marketing money up front. Take 20 or 30 minutes. If you laid out on the couch waiting for them kids to get home, if you're standing at the bus stop, get in them DMs. Hey, Kiki, I haven't seen you since high school. I just wanted to let you know that I'm doing lashes and I see that you get your lashes done because I follow you because you got a G-Wagon. I just want to know, would you mind coming in and getting your lashes done with me? I would really like to have you, by the way. Here's 20% off, whatever it is. So have a plan for your day. And I know that it sounds silly, but don't just wake up and say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then I know I'm a victim of this. I'll lay down at night and I'll be like, damn, I ain't do none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So you have to make sure that you write it down, make it plain. Y'all, there are notes in my phone where I've got like 8 Tuesday notes because I don't put the date on them. I have like 7 Wednesday. Yeah, but I just know that in my mind, it was Sunday night or it was Monday morning. And I'm like, when I get into because we're in the office on Tuesday.
Too, yeah.
On Tuesday, I got to do whoop, wop, bing, bam. You see what I'm saying? And that's in my phone. Write it down and commit it to memory. Okay? Have a plan for your day. Have a plan for your week. Have a plan for your month. And write it the freak down. What's the next one?
To point out before we go to the next one, also make sure that you're good, like mental health.
Come on.
Health in general. So, get up. And we were playing before about the get up and stretch thing. But if you have to do something like that in the morning to wake you up, eat a good breakfast.
That's right.
Don't skip out. Go to the gym. Do
Walk.
whatever it is you do. Because when you are a good person in general and you're healthy and your mental health is great, that's just going to translate into your business. Because, like you said, the person who, isn't really taking care of themselves, you're going to see that in their business. You're going to see it in their work ethic, and you're just going to be like, dude, are you okay?
Right.
Are you fine? Is your business okay? So just please take care of yourself. Take care of your mental health. Go to the doctor. Do whatever it is you have to do. And then, work on your business as well because it's going to help, believe me.
Absolutely.
But the next one is if you can... practice what you preach.
Practice what you preach.
Practice what you preach, y'all.
If you say you're going to do something, do it. If you say you're going to call a client, call them, okay? And a lot of times practicing what you preach is what you preach to yourself, because for a lot of people listening to this, you're just starting out, or maybe you've been in it, maybe a few years, but whatever it is that you're telling yourself, make sure that you're moving in that. It breaks my heart to see people on the internet. It's like, boo, you telling me that you're selling houses, or you're telling me that you're starting a boutique, or you're telling me you're doing this, you're telling me that, and I don't see it. But it's like, it's not even like, oh, girl, well, I'm moving in silence. You don't move in silence because it's on.
Moving. You're still sitting there.
You're not. But the thing about it is, you don't move in silence because every time you go for hookah, I see it. Yeah. Every time you on an airplane to go out of town, I see it.
What have you done in silence?
Every time you sipping a mimosa with a homegirl, I see it. So Miss Show Me Everything isn't showing me everything. Stop. Like, practice. And I'm not saying this for me. This is for you. Do what you say that you're going to do. You don't have anything to prove to anybody other than yourself. If you cannot convince yourself that you're going to get up in the morning and do what you're supposed to do, if you cannot convince yourself, forget your children. Your children are going to go to the 4th grade. They went to school this morning. They did what they were supposed to do. That boutique is not getting started. That lash business is nothing is getting started unless you get started. So stop telling people what you're going to do. Stop telling yourself what you're going to do, and you don't do it. Practice what you preach.
Hold yourself accountable.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't know how many times I know me and Morgan are like this. Like, I just know you are. Like, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like you ever do something, or you get home at the end of the day and you're like, dang, maybe I didn't get to this, or dang, I didn't do this like I was supposed to, or oh, I completely forgot this. And I really be laying in bed at night like, Maya, do better.
Yeah.
Do better.
Yeah,
like,
tighten up.
We are better than this.
Tighten up.
What is going on? Like, and it's just like, girl, this is not you. Like, what are you doing?
What you going through?
Yeah.
And like Maya said, that's where that mental health and that working out component comes in, because the healthier you are physically and the healthier you are mentally, a lot of time there's no space for that fog. Because sometimes you really do just forget.
Yeah. No, it happens.
Yeah.
But oftentimes it's just like, oh, come on now. Like, you got to hold yourself accountable. Just like if someone did you wrong in some type of way, shape, or form, and you're like, dang, that's not cool. At the end of the day, sometimes I'll be like, Maya, come on now. Bro, we better than this.
Right. All right. The next one, Maya, I'm going to skip down a little bit. You will need help. Do not be afraid to ask for help and negotiate. Now, when you're first starting out, whether you're going to rent a room from somebody, or if you need help with your marketing, there are influencers in your community that can help you out. Family members can help you out on their jobs, just getting the word out about you. Even with like the rental situation, right? Don't be afraid to negotiate. The worst answer that we can get in any conversation is no. And then we know, and like you said, Maya, we're going to hear no a lot in our careers. You know what I'm saying? Going back to like Instagram, looking at like those prosperity images and stuff like that. The moment that you get out here and you really try to do this for yourself and you really try to start this business, you're going to hear a lot of no. Okay. And then you're going to think back to what you saw on the gram and what you saw on TikTok. You're going to be like, oh shit, I'm never going to get there. And that's not true. But one of the things that is true is that you can leverage your beautiful heart and your beautiful negotiation skills to get the things that you need. Okay. Don't be afraid to ask a landlord to say, okay, well, you said that the rent is at this building. The rent is $3,000 a month, depending on where you live. Okay, well, I got to get in here and I got to get clients and I got to do this. Would you be willing to give me 6 weeks, maybe not free, but at a discounted rate? I got to come in here and I got to build out and I got to paint. Can you prorate? Okay, you won't give me 6 weeks. Perfect. Well, can you prorate a week of my rent until I get moved in? Ask for help. Don't be afraid to negotiate. Don't be, because the worst answer is what? No, I can't do it.
And every no gets you a step closer to your yes.
To your yes. Okay, so don't be afraid to ask for help and negotiate. We just said no is a real answer, and don't be afraid of hearing it, number one. But here's the other thing, y'all. Don't be afraid of giving it. No is a complete sentence. That is that's on in your personal life. I cannot go to Taco Tuesday tonight because I have a client. I am not going to cancel on one of my clients so that you and I can fly to Cancun. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to you know what I'm saying? Like, no, like learn to say no. Learn to tell clients no. Sometimes clients will try to take advantage of you. Hey, I know that my appointment was at 2:30. Is it possible that you could take me at 8:00 tonight? But I know that you close at 6. But girl, I got to go to Tulum in the morning. No. Because I got to go to sleep. I got to take care of my mental health. I got to plan my day for tomorrow. I got to write everything out. I got short-term goals. I got long-term goals. I didn't do my budget for the week. No. Okay. What's the next one, Maya?
Align with people and clients that are like you and not like what you see on Instagram.
Yeah.
What is it that we want? What is it that we're aiming for? What do they have that you want? How can they help you get it?
Right. Real people.
I don't care about your G-Wagon rental, or I don't care about the rolls you took a picture in front of.
Right.
That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Good for you though, boo. You better ball.
Exactly. But no, I need someone who's going to help me. Help me.
Little me.
Yeah.
Chicken Little. It's me. I need help. Yeah. Find when it comes down to like your business and your client base, and we're gonna do an episode on creating an avatar. So y'all stay tuned for that. But that'll probably be my free game for the week, is creating an avatar. But find your tribe when it comes down to your clients, and find your tribe when it comes down to women and men that are going to help you, get to where you're going to go. You know what I'm saying? It's not a competition. They're not going to take your business. You're not competing with anybody, but you're trying to find people who are in alignment and who are equally yoked with your goals and your aspirations and like what you see for your business. So like, for instance, like every girl that you may see online or out in public, she may not be your client. I'll be honest with y'all. I could have a pocket full of business cards. If I'm in the grocery store and, I look at a person, or I hear them talking on the phone, or, just their presentation, y'all might get mad at me for saying this. I'm not giving them a business card because I know what my clients look like. You see what I'm saying? Align yourself with the people who are going to take you where you need to go. Sometimes G-Wagon baby she's not your client. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay too. That's okay too, because you can go get your own, or maybe you don't even care about that. That's the other thing. Everybody don't care about that. I'm one of those people. I don't care. I do not care about designer. And if you do care about those things, I'm not demonizing you either. You get to love those things. However, you get to align yourself with whoever you are, whatever you identify with, whatever you connect with. You might be the freaking Balenciaga Barty gang. You know what I'm saying? Getting wigs and stuff like that, and go for that. If that's your tribe, if that's who you're supposed to align with, go for those type of women. If you are not that type of girl, but you think that those type of girls are going to make a difference in your business, you think that you're not that type of girl. You think that you're going to connect with them. You think that they're going to come spend hundreds and thousands of dollars with you. They're not. And if they do eventually start coming to you, that means that you did something different, or your customer service is superb. Your products have leveled up.
Or they have realized that you're different.
Or that you're different.
They want what you got.
Exactly. It's not a popularity contest. And the moral of the story here, you guys, I know we clowned a lot and we said some things, but it's all about loving yourself, and it's about loving where you're at and being present in this moment. Okay. And looking around you and having some gratitude for what you do have and where you currently are in this moment, which leads us to our last one. And what is that, Maya?
Patience is a virtue, you guys. Patience, we need it. You can't start a business without patience.
You need patience.
You need patience with everything.
Stay down.
This goes back to what we were saying, how like things may take a while when you first start your business, and that's okay. But if you don't have the patience to wait it out, or if you don't have the patience to sit there and kind of just wait for things to fall into place,
right,
then maybe it's not for you. Or maybe you just need to reevaluate yourself and be like, hey, I need to have more faith.
yeah,
I need to have more understanding that this may not come to me the way I need it to right now. And that's okay.
Yeah.
But if you don't have the patience, you'll never find out.
Yeah. The higher power, God, the universe, whatever you refer to it as, the energy, whatever y'all call it, it knows best. It will flow into your life as it should. I don't want you to think that, well, what if it's not supposed to? If you make a plan, it will. If you plan your day out, it will. If you don't just manifest and actually walk in it as if it were already so, it will come to pass.
You know how many people I know that didn't have the patience and gave up on their business schemes within sometimes a couple months, other times less
because they don't really want it.
Exactly. They didn't want to wait for it.
Yeah.
It wasn't just going to come. And maybe that's a good thing, though.
Yeah.
Because
you don't need to be in the marketplace.
We don't need those kinds of people.
The schemers and the scammers. So yes, you guys, take that with you today. Patience is a virtue. Out of everything that you heard, do not get caught up in the prosperity preaching. Wait your turn. It's coming, and do amazing damn work. Be an amazing marketer, be an amazing service technician, be an amazing lash tech, hairstylist, esthetician, barber. Focus on that. Once you get your technique down, focus on being an amazing business person. Focus on being an amazing networker. Focus on being an amazing teacher. And then you'll turn around, and all of those things that you weren't sure if they were going to come to pass or come to fruition, all of those things that you were patient for, you'll be so busy toiling and working and teaching and inspiring that you'll be everything that you wanted to be. It's coming, I promise. Okay, we love you to life. I am your host, Morgan D. Thank you for listening.
And Maya, don't forget to follow us both on Instagram, and we will see you guys next time.
Yes, follow us both on Instagram at Beauty Business Duval.
At Maya with an I.
And I'll see you guys for free game this weekend. All right. Bye. Bye, y'all. Okay, team. So that was our show. We want to extend a special thank you to the Beauty Business Resource team and all of our listeners. Also, thank you to @brownjewel.beats for all of the music on the show, and a even more special thank you to Newbie Realty for sponsoring the Beauty Business Resource podcast. And don't forget, this is Beauty Business Resource. So if you are in need with help with your beauty business as it pertains to digital marketing, design, social media management, and coaching, we are your go-to for new and existing businesses. And don't forget, follow me, Morgan D, on Instagram at Beauty Business Duval, and my co-host Maya at Maya, Miya, with an I, and beautybusinessresource.com. Get there now. Log on, check out our resources, check out what's new. All of our updates are there and on our social media. And as I mentioned before, make sure you subscribe, download, and send this to 2 friends, especially if they're in the industry. And that's all, team. We are sending you away with love, light, and positivity. We'll check you next time.